Guys, my name is Sophia the Shadowhunter, and today I'm doing my October wrap-up. I had a very great month reading for October, more than I expected, and I'm so very happy with the amount of books I read. I'm 2 books ahead of schedule now, and so that also feels great, especially since I have my about 8 more books left to finish on my top books I want to read for the year of 2016, and hopefully I'll be posting another video about my reading goals and what books and series I want to be reading next year, and I'll definitely let you know. So let's get started. The first book I read was Out of the Depths, the story of a child of Buchenwald who returned home at last, by Chief Rabbi Israel Mirlu. I love this book. This was a great book. I give this a 5 out of 5 stars. This was a very touching story about 2 little boys. He actually knew Eli Wiesel when they were both at Buchenwald in Weimar, Germany, during the Holocaust, and they both survived. And this little boy, who was at the time almost 8 years old, became a rabbi when he escaped out of Buchenwald and started a life, and he became a rabbi, and it was like a civil kind of rights thing for the Jewish people and the religion of the Jewish people, so they could be able to follow their faith and their religion without being persecuted. This is a great book. My favorite ruffled pages and some great pictures. So this is a great book. If you're interested in the Holocaust, World War II, I encourage you to pick it up. The next book I read was A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I love this book. As you saw in my review, I give this a 5 out of 5 stars. This is another kind of scary, spooky book. I want to read it for October. I've been wanting to read it for a while, so I'm going to read it this month because it's Halloween. And I loved it. It's about a touching story about a boy whose mother is sick with a sickness that we're not sure about, but it's pretty evident it's cancer, and he feels responsible. And so this monster comes to his house and starts kind of haunting him, telling him, you know, he wanted to know why he was there. And he says, I'm here so you can tell me the truth so you can get past this. And he feels, spoiler if you haven't read this book yet, he feels like it's his fault and that he let his mom down and dying. It was his fault she died. But it was very touching about family growing up, about sickness, and about death. And I love this. I'm so excited to read some of his other books. Next off, I read 3 Dark Crowns by Kendra Blake. I loved Anne Dressed in Blood. This was a great book. I think I gave it a 3 out of 4 stars. I enjoyed it. It's about 3 sisters who are fighting for the crown in their town, and what they're willing to do. They're poisoning each other. They'll kill each other, try to steal the people they love. It was a very good, entertaining book. I didn't love it. It was good. I just thought it could be, it wasn't bad. I don't know, it might have just been how it was written, but I enjoy it, and I encourage you guys to read this. I plan on hopefully reading it in the future, and yet again, I had my favorite ruffled pages, and it was a great book, and I got this book in my out crate last month, so I was very excited about that. Next off, I read The Irresistible Blueberry Bake Shop by Mary Simes. When I first got this book, I was very hesitant. It was like $2 on my library. I was like, well, I can't pass it up. I loved the cover. It was just so simple and pretty and photogenic. And I loved this book. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. This is about a woman whose grandmother recently died, and she wanted her dying wish for this love letter to be delivered to her love that she was no longer a part of before she died. And so she goes to this little town, and where was it? In this little town where her grandmother's lover lived, and she goes there, and she's engaged to be married, and she's supposed to only be there for a couple days and come back, and she doesn't come back for a long time. She ends up staying there to try to find out the mystery of her grandmother's life and who she loved. And she loved this letter, and she finds out, spoiler if you haven't read, that he died a couple months ago, and she meets his grandson or nephew, and she ends up falling in love with him and breaking it off with her soon-to-be husband. It's just a great, simple story about love, about life, about simplicity in life and enjoying life and going after what you want and doing things for your loved ones. It was just a very touching story, and I loved it. So next off, which I've read this before, And I finally read it, so I'm really happy to have it reread under my belt. And that is The Diary of Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl. And again, I give this a 5 out of 5 stars. I read this like 6 or 7 years ago, and I keep on trying to reread it. I wasn't able to get through it, but this time I was able to get through it. I felt like I should have read it in 2 days. It was like 300 pages, but they're really small, and the wording's really small. But I got through it in like 3 days, 3 or 4 days, so that's not too bad. I enjoyed it. It was good seeing the differences in her maturing, growing older. As I read it now, as I'm older, because when I first read it, I was like 15, I was her age, you know. But seeing now with an older perspective and an older mindset, seeing how she was growing, you know, and she was trying to follow her heart and what she thought was right, you know. And everyone was worried for their lives, you know, so they're getting on to each other and being mean and being rude and disrespectful, and that doesn't make it okay, but they were in a very hard time. So let me know what you guys read in October, and I'll see you guys next time in another video. Goodbye!